Well, happy Tuesday, 6 o'clock here, getting things started as we take a live look over for right now, a dry downtown Indianapolis. But we know that we've got some rain on the radar.
Yeah, a little different from the sunshine that we had yesterday, but hopefully it is also different from the wind that was whipping through here yesterday. Lindsay is in for Chuck this morning. And Lindsay, when will we see that rain maybe moving into our area?
Yeah, it's going to be very few and far between as far as the showers go here around Indy. Most of it's going to be southwest of that I-74 corridor.
Okay.
So we're watching the southwestern tier of the state. We might see a few stray showers around Indy, but not going to be very likely. So that's some good news for your morning rush. We're going to keep the pavement dry as we fire up live Doppler 13 radar and put this into motion over the past hour or so, noticing where this rain is concentrated down closer to the Bloomington area. And we've seen some embedded pockets of some more moderate rainfall as far as that rainfall rate goes. That extends now over to Columbus and then south into Brownstown and Seymour. So you'll notice this is well to the south of the Indy Metro, and even the southwestern tier of the state. Believe these showers today are going to be more scattered in nature, so it's not going to be an all-day washout. But again, if you are southwest of the I-74 corridor, closer to where that area of low pressure is, the better chance you do have to see at least some scattered rain today. It is 44 with some light showers in Bloomington, 42 here at Indy, 33 now though up in Kokomo. Much cooler across the northern tier of the state, where we've seen some breaks in that cloud cover, allowing for those temperatures to drop. Here's how your forecast plays out today. Would not cancel any plans you might have outside around the city because of this stray shower chance. Again, I mainly believe it's going to be southwest of us. 54 your high today. We've got seasonal temperatures until Friday. We'll be talking about a big time warming trend headed our way coming up. But at 6:02, as we approach 6:02 this morning, we'll head back out to the east side of town. A couple things I wanted to bring up from the traffic situation. Had an earlier crash here on the ramp system from I-465 northbound to I-70 eastbound. It's this ramp right here. They blocked this briefly, but that was allowed to reopen after they got a flipped over vehicle kind of out of the way. Do know that that driver was transported to the hospital, and at this point that cleanup effort continues. So we were seeing a little bit of a backup leading up to this ramp system right here, but it does look like things are starting to move along again without much of an issue. We're going to continue to monitor this stretch of I-70 westbound at State Road 9, where construction is expected to begin at some point this week, but know that the ramps are open. All lanes of I-70 westbound also open right now at State Road 9.
Thank you, Lindsay. Right now, we want to get you caught up as Metro Police are investigating the city's latest homicide.
We know this happened late last night on the near east side of Indianapolis. This morning, IMPD does tell us the person detained in that shooting has been released from custody.
So here's what we know this morning. This was just before 11 last night on North Rural near Brookside Park. That's where officers found a woman shot inside of a hallway of a home. She died at the scene. Police and detectives are now working to figure out what happened before this shooting.
It is unknown at this time if this incident is domestic related, family related, any kind of a disturbance. All that's way too soon to know.
We will, of course, keep you updated when we learn more about what happened from police. And this morning, Metro Police are investigating a double shooting that they say left one dead on the city's east side. Neighbors tell 13 News they were worried about crime that's become all too common in their neighborhood. So this happened early yesterday morning on Dayton Avenue near Emerson and English Avenues. Police say they found two men with gunshot wounds. One of them later died at the hospital. At last check, the other was in critical condition. Investigators believe the two men got into an argument and shot each other. We did talk with neighbors who were awoken by gunfire. They tell us this kind of violence is something they're seeing just more and more.
It tends to be the new norm, unfortunately. It's always some kind of domestic relation that comes to gunfire. And that seems to be everybody's answer these days, and it's uncalled for.
So right now, police are talking with witnesses near the crime scene. If you do have any information for detectives, you're asked to reach out to IMPD or Crime Stoppers.
Well, in just a few hours, a Wingstop employee charged with shooting a delivery driver will be in court.
Court records indicate this all started after an argument inside the restaurant. This morning, Matthew Foltz is in studio looking into all the details of a pretty bizarre case.
A lot of questions here. Matthew, walk us through what happened and what led up to this shooting.
Yeah, a lot of questions indeed. And really what's crazy, ladies, is that it all started after a DoorDash driver claims a Wingstop employee was being rude to him. And court records show minutes later, he was being shot at. The suspect, 25-year-old Ezra Watkins, who is now being charged with battery with a deadly weapon. Now, according to court records, a DoorDash driver was picking up food around midnight last month at the Wingstop over at 10th and Lyndhurst. Records showed there was some sort of mix-up with the order, so the driver had to wait another 25 minutes. The driver claimed that a female worker was rude to him and he told her that she was being rude. That's when 7 other Wingstop employees came from behind the counter and attacked the driver. Court documents allege that Watkins then shot at the victim as he was running out, hitting him in the back. Now, the driver was thankfully able to make it home and call police. Watkins was later interviewed and arrested by Metro Police on Friday. That's when he allegedly admitted to owning a gun that matched shell casings that investigators found at the scene. Now, Watkins is in jail this morning and is awaiting his court appearance later this morning at 9 a.m. We'll keep you posted on how that all turns out. Meanwhile, get this. This is not the first time a shooting by an employee has happened at this location. We'll break more down on that case coming up at 6:30.
And we called him an employee. Can we assume it's a former employee at this point?
We'll see today.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to
maybe.
find out, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Well, this morning, chaplains from around the country are getting a better understanding of the encounters that law enforcement deal with on a daily basis. 30 chaplains from the International Conference of Police Chaplains stepped into the shoes of IMPD officers last night. This group participated in a series of simulations to give them an idea of the challenges that officers face. These chaplains went through several scenarios, including some active shooter situations and also some involving mental health crises. The goal is to show the chaplains the split-second decisions that officers are making out in the field.
People come in here with preconceived notions of what an officer is supposed to do and how the officer is supposed to handle that situations. And then once they see the reality through this simulation of what's actually involved in human behavior, perspectives change.
So this is training for these chaplains, obviously, but it is an everyday reality for these officers.
And this morning we're hearing from neighbors on the northeast side of Indianapolis who raised concerns about a redevelopment that is planned for the old Devington Plaza. That's near 46th and Arlington. The project is now on pause. Neighbors call this a small victory. They filed a petition with the City County Council to stop it from going forward. SkySoar, who is developing this project, is now pulling back from the retail and residential space. The Northeast Side Community Development Corporation says that development didn't really fit into their community needs. Instead, the community wants to collaborate with the developer.
We want a place where we can have and focus on our health and wellness. We also want a space that would allow us to care for our elder, population. We are an aging demographics.
The developer does have 90 days to come back with another proposal. We've reached out to SkySoar, but have not yet heard back.
Well, the Boilers are now days away from their Sweet 16 appearance right here in Indianapolis.
So this Friday, they'll play at the Lucas Oil Stadium, and we're expecting a good showing Friday at the home of the Colts. Lucas Oil Stadium will be painted in gold and black when Purdue takes on the University of Houston. They're the top seed in the tournament.
Obviously, some good news for the Boilers and Indy business owners who love having fans come from all over the country.
It's just nice when we kicked it off with the Big Ten tournament, men's and women's, so that was nice to see, and then you roll right into the Sweet 16. So being a basketball crazy state that we are, it's just nice to see all these basketball fans in downtown Indy.
So then we go from the Sweet 16 games on Friday to the Elite 8, which is also right here in Indy. That'll be Sunday. 30,000 people are expected inside of Lucas Oil Stadium this weekend. The official court of the Men's Midwest Regional will be installed there at Lucas Oil Stadium, and we will get a first look at how they transform this afternoon.
So now we go from college basketball to the pros. The blue and gold notching yet another win last night against the Timberwolves, 119-103.
We know the Pacers are on a hot streak. It's just getting hotter now as the team has won their last 5 games. 4 of those games right here at home. Tyrese Halliburton led the team with 24 points and 11 assists. Obi Toppin added 20 points, while Aaron Nesmith wasn't too far behind. He had 17 points.
Yeah, the blue and gold, they are back at Gainbridge this Wednesday to play the Lakers. It's the first time Pacers fans will see the new look Lakers with Luka Doncic. I'm not saying that right, am I?
Okay, Doncic.
Doncic. Okay, Doncic.
Doncic.
Sorry. Thank God he's not a Pacer. All right, he's in the lineup, though. Hopefully you're excited about that if you're not a Pacers fan. Tip for this one, 7:30. Lindsay, say it right for me.
Doncic.
There you go.
Yeah. It's going to be an exciting game coming up on Wednesday, that's for sure. Hey, we've got some change that I think you're going to be excited about weather-wise. Probably not today, probably not tomorrow, but by Friday, we're going to be back in the low 70s as temperatures will briefly warm up for the weekend. That's going to be followed up, though, by a cold front arriving Sunday night into Monday. That's going to bring in a pretty drastic temperature swing, as well as the risk of some thunderstorms as well. We're going to walk you through the rain timeline for the rest of the week on that road to the weekend coming up.
All right, sounds good. Also, right now there is a warning from the Indiana Attorney General's office about the service 23andMe. That's been pretty popular. You've probably heard of it. Coming up at 6:45, we'll tell you what kind of concerns there are for Hoosiers and maybe why they should delete their accounts.
Also this morning, there's new fallout over a text message chain containing military plans that were sent to a journalist. At 6:15, the bipartisan call for answers right now.